Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So the Brook vs Khan chapter has finally been closed. Kell Brook beats down and stops Amir Khan in the 6th round. I've got to say, in my first prediction video I picked Amir Khan by stoppage, but today I changed my mind. I saw the weigh-ins, I saw the open workouts, I saw the training footage, and I was surprised by how strong Kell Brook looked. And I changed my mind to a mid-round stoppage for Kell Brook, and I'm glad I did. But, yeah, I mean, it was quite a fun fight for what it was. Two guys way past their best, no doubt about it. Where do we start? Round 1. I actually felt Amir Khan looked pretty sharp in the first 60 seconds or so. He was quite skitty, he looked a bit nervous, but he was moving on his legs, he was popping the jab. He landed a pretty good one too, early in round 1. Whereas Kell Brook looked a little tentative, and he looked a little stiff. But in round 1, Kell Brook, he threw a 1-2, it was a 1-2-1 I think it was. He threw a 1-2, I think he missed with his right hand and followed through with a jab, and that rocked Amir Khan. He done the chicken dance, as he's famous for doing. And, you know, after that, Amir Khan was in survival mode for round 1. Kell Brook hurt him once again with a right hand this time towards the end of round 1. So round 1 was a big round for Kell Brook. Round 2, I felt Amir Khan actually boxed pretty well. He stayed away from Kell Brook's straight right hand. You know, Khan was boxing and moving, beating Kell Brook to the punch at times, looking quite fleet of foot. But yeah, round 2, I felt Amir Khan won that round. And again, Kell Brook was looking quite stiff, quite tentative, and yeah, quite slow in round 2. So I gave round 2 to Amir Khan. Round 3 though, Kell Brook had another good round. And weirdly, Khan started really well in round 3. Kell Brook's timing was way off, he was falling short with his right hand. Amir Khan would skip out of distance and pepper Kell Brook with his jab, with his straight right. Nothing was really hurting Kell. And Amir Khan was landing a good check left hook as well in the 3rd round. And in round 3, Amir Khan was looking quite good, to be honest. But in round 3, then Kell Brook lands his straight right hand, hurts Amir Khan, and then Kell Brook goes on the onslaught, lands some hard punches, and once again that won Kell Brook the round. I felt after round 3 though, Amir Khan basically went into complete survival mode, and it was Kell Brook just walking down Amir Khan, looking for the stoppage. Kell was loading up on every single punch, heavy jabs, heavy straight right hands, heavy left hooks, and he was looking to take Khan out. Khan was resorting to clinching, holding, wrestling, trying to survive a storm, but round 4, Kell Brook was pushing Amir Khan back, landed some good right hands, some nice uppercuts as well as Khan was in the clinch. So round 4 was another Kell Brook round. Round 5, Kell Brook hurts Amir Khan once again with a straight right hand. You know, Khan once again in survival mode. He was taking some flush right hands all throughout this fight from Kell Brook, and he was holding up quite well. But yeah, again, in round 5, Khan was in survival mode. He would have the odd burst here and there, the odd jab, etc. But Kell Brook was just walking him down. Kell Brook was stronger in the clinch, and Khan could never really neutralise Kell Brook and tie him up effectively. So yeah, round 5 was another Kell Brook round. Round 6 was where the fight ended. Right away from very early on, Khan came rushing in, and Kell Brook caught him with a stiff counter jab. And once again, it made Amir Khan do the chicken dance. And after that, it was basically an onslaught from Kell Brook, letting go of power shots, left hooks, overhand rights. He got Khan to the ropes, landed a series of punches, and the referee jumped in to wave it off. Now, the commentary team never mentioned it, but I felt it was a premature stoppage. I felt this fight could have gone on longer, to be honest. And yeah, maybe I just want blood, but I wanted to see somebody get knocked spark out, to be honest, especially considering the rivalry. So I felt the referee stopped it too early, but Kell Brook was way on top. Amir Khan got hurt numerous times in this fight, and Kell Brook was the boss in there. He was the bigger, stronger man. He was punching harder. He was landing the better shots. And yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Kell Brook would have gone on to win that fight. I'm sure he would have knocked Khan out, but I just wanted a decisive ending, to be honest. So I felt the stoppage was premature. In regards to their performances, listen, both guys were way past their best. I'll be honest, Amir Khan looked further gone than Kell Brook. Kell Brook's accuracy and timing in this fight was off. It's not there anymore. But one thing that surprised me with Kell Brook in this fight, Amir Khan, when he would throw his shots, he would land the first shot on Kell Brook, but Kell Brook did a really good job of evading the second and third and fourth shots from Amir Khan. He did a really good job of defending against the second phase of attack. And defensively, in this fight, considering Khan still has quick hands, even though he's way past it, I felt Kell Brook's defensive reflexes were pretty good in this fight. Where he looked his age was the timing in his shots, the accuracy, falling short. Maybe that was because he was so tentative and nervous and maybe dry at the weight. But his accuracy, his timing was definitely off. But defensively, his reflexes were still pretty good, to be honest, which really surprised me watching this fight. I felt Kell defensively in this fight was quite good, to be honest. And yeah, that surprised me. That really surprised me. But Amir Khan, he is beyond washed at this point. You know, going into this fight, that was the talking point. Who has the most left in the tank? And it looked like Kell Brook had a bit more in there, to be honest. Again, I reiterate, both guys are way past their best. You know, even Kell Brook, he's not going to do anything at world level, but he's still got a bit more left than Amir Khan based on this fight. Or maybe it's just that his style ages better. Who knows? You know, regardless, both guys were past their best, and you could see who the better technical boxer was, and that was Kell Brook. And, you know, watching this fight, and I've said this numerous times on my channel, but although I enjoyed this fight, I watched it with a bit of sadness because I've been following Kell Brook for a long time, way before he became a world champion. And watching that guy fight back in the day, I always said that this guy has unbelievable technical ability. His timing at his best was second to none. His jab was world class. Accuracy, top draw, good reactions, etc. Just an extremely well-schooled boxer. And I've always maintained that Kell Brook has been the biggest waste of talent in British boxing in the last 15-20 years. I think in his prime, he could have been that good. I really do believe that. Technically, this guy was on another level. I mean, if you look at the welterweight division when he was a champion, there was Jesse Vargas, and that fight was in talks. I think Kell Brook would have beaten Jesse Vargas at that time. Brook could have easily been a unified champion. I think he would have beaten Danny Garcia at that time. You know, a prime Keith Thurman, that would have been a good fight. But if you look at the welterweight division when Kell Brook was the champion, I'm talking about before the Golovkin fight, honestly, I felt the world was Kell Brook's oyster, and he never capitalised. So watching this fight now, I did watch it with a tinge of sadness in regards to Brook, because, again, I think that guy was tremendously skilled at his best. But, you know, he got his moment in the sun. This is the fight that he's basically wasted his career for, let's be honest. So, hopefully this win feels good for Kell Brook. Where does he go from here? I hope he retires. Quite frankly, I hope he retires. He's been through enough. 2 fractured orbital bones. I don't want to see this guy get fed to somebody else. Retire on a high, retire on a big payday, and yeah, call it quits. That's what I would say to Kell Brook, and that's the same for Amir Khan. He has had a great career, no matter the ups and downs. He's been a world champion. His run at 140 was extremely entertaining. So yeah, both guys should retire, as far as I'm concerned. But there we go. Good fight. Kell Brook wins. 6th round stoppage. Share your thoughts below. Peace.